Peace, family. Welcome to today's A Deck a Day. Still aligning with Goddess energy, and this time our deck is Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. And we're going to be working with 3 of my manifesting mirrors, and these are what I refer to as my sun-kissed mirrors, sun-kissed pyramids. And it is because I put them out in the sun, and the UV rays from the sun actually turn the resin yellow. It is often a feature for Orgonite that many connoisseurs actually consider not to be the best quality, and they don't like when their resin turns yellow. I love it. I love the organic nature in Orgonite. I love when there are bubbles. I love when there's yellowing. I love when nature takes its course. The healing properties definitely remain, and I just, again, love the fact that it is the sun that makes this chemical reaction happen. So, see which one resonates with you for the sun-kissed mirrors. We've got Fire Opal in this one that has a miracle charm in it. We've got this one here that's got Unakite crystals in it. And then we've got this one which has white agate. And the grounded growth charm here. So whichever one resonates with you, let's see what the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck has in store for you today. If you chose Fire Opal with Miracle, guidance from the goddess Freya. Bold. Unleash your adventurous side. Take risks and be daring. So that thing that you're holding back, that thing that you're trying to make excuses for in regards to not just getting it done, not saying it, the hiding, the insecurities, the doubts, it's not time for that anymore. We are going into a full moon today. It is a full moon energy, 10:57 a.m. We are going to be having peak illumination of this hunter full moon. And it's important for us to harness this energy, especially with the very fiery, bold energy that is behind this full moon. So think about that thing. Think about those words. Think about that passion that you are holding back, and use this energy of this hunter moon and set your sight on that target. When we think about hunter energy, it's really about going after something and conquering it, of achieving it, of reaching it. So align with that energy of the hunt and the prey, and think of your passion as the prey, not in a negative sense of wanting to kill it or anything, but kill it in the sense of doing it right, just getting it done, getting her done. You know, when we say like, yo, you did that, you killed that. Kill it in that sense. So hunt it and kill it, because you know that it's what you're meant to do. You know what that thing is right now, especially if you chose this pile. So be bold, align with Freya, and unleash that adventurous side, that daring quality that is needed, and that this full moon, this hunter moon, is definitely giving you that impetus and that energy to reach for it. You know, be a little aggressive, not again in a negative sense, but in terms of not holding yourself back. Just go for it. I hope that resonates. And if you chose Unakite, Sun-Kissed, this also aligns with the hair health potent potions, then your goddess guidance is Cordelia. Go outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. This is a nature alignment. You know, I'm all about back to natural. That's what this is all about after all. And it's important for us to get that fresh air, especially considering the fact that so many of us are masked all day long. You know, if you chose This deck, you might be in a work setting where you have to wear a mask. You might have your children in a school setting where they have to wear a mask. And this is definitely something that doesn't just apply to you, but will apply to your family, will apply to your children. So definitely try your best to get as much fresh air as possible. Given again this new full moon energy, you want to be out under the moon if you can tonight. You want to moon bathe. You want to just breathe in that fresh air. Just take in that oxygen as much as possible. Manifest with the moon and just connect with nature. You want to ground your feet. Take your shoes and your socks off and just be on some soil, be on some grass, and just let those natural grid lines of the earth align with the natural grid lines that are within you to just align and realign and rebalance you. Nature is so healing. Again, the holistic sense of how automatic it is for us to just get what it is that we need, and the fact that nature nurtures and absolutely has everything that we need to heal ourselves. Sometimes it is as simple as just going outside. So I hope that resonates. And you're probably, again, the notion of you've been indoors too long, you're not getting as much nature as you can. So try your best. It's definitely aligning as well with the sun-kissed Orgonite, which I love when the Orgonite also aligns with the cards itself because of the sun-kissed nature of this particular series of Orgonite that I'm using, especially as well with Freya's energy of being bold and bringing in that kind of sun-like energy and vibrancy. And if you chose this one with white agate, then your goddess guidance is Aphrodite. And I think we had Aphrodite in yesterday's goddess reading, did we not? And if you happen to have chose both yesterday and today, then that's pretty awesome. And I believe Aphrodite was self-love, if I'm not mistaken. Inner goddess, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. I do believe we got Aphrodite self-love yesterday. If you got this twice, you really need to pay attention to yourself. You really need to think about that self-love more. You really have to put yourself at the top of your I want to do list. If you didn't pick her twice, it's totally fine. And obviously it's just a message. And again, all of these messages resonate. We can't go wrong with taking all of these messages to heart. You again, just pay closer attention to the one that you picked, and you pay extra close attention when there's a potential double like this, especially back to back. Incredible energy. Again, also, if you didn't choose this back to back, the fact that they did come back to back and Aphrodite energy did come back to back, then you want to make sure to heed that message. And it is a message of self-care. It is a message of self-love. It is a message of thinking about our inner goddess and bringing that energy out. All of us are aligned with that goddess energy, whether you're male or female, and it is important for us to reconnect with that, to be empowered in that, and to feel like a woman, to feel like a goddess. And again, for you men too, it's important for you to be able to tap in to that divine feminine, because it does give you a sense of balance. It does give you a sense of nurturing, and that nature aspect, that maternal aspect, that creation aspect can absolutely help you in every area of your life in regards to sensitivity and generosity and communication and multitasking and, different things that divine feminine energy excel at a little bit more. If you can harness that, it's going to serve you regardless of your gender. So definitely think about awakening that goddess within you, and the notion of dance and self-care and appreciating your divinity is again acknowledging that you are of goddess stuff. You just are. And when you do dance, and when you do love yourself, and when you take baths, and when you do your nails, and when you do whatever it is that makes you feel good, it's going to remind you of how a goddess is treated. And we often want other people to treat us like a goddess, but we're not treating ourselves like a goddess. So we have to start with ourselves. We have to fill our own cups again and let the others drink of the overflow. But beyond thinking about others drinking of the overflow, we just have to fill our cups. We just have to treat ourselves the way that we want to be treated, because it's really, really hard for us to expect to teach someone to treat us in a way that we're not treating ourselves. That's asking someone to invest in us when we're not invested in ourselves. So Put that energy out there, practice it for yourself, and it's going to make it so much easier to not just explain that or express that in a verbal sense. It's going to be your lifestyle. It's going to be the way that you carry yourself. It's going to be the way that you raise your vibration. Your higher self is going to be more connected with your ego self, with your shadow self, in order for that to just be the air that you walk on. It's just going to be the vibe that you carry. And as a result, you may not even have to tell someone, listen, I'm a goddess, this is the way you need to treat me. They're going to feel it. That's just going to be who you are. It's just going to be the way that you carry yourself. It's going to be in your stance. It's going to be in everything. So the more you practice it, the more it's just going to be your way. And as a result, certain people are going to stay out of your way, especially if they're not willing to treat you the way you deserve to be treated, which is like a goddess. So do it for yourself first. Cannot go wrong. We are goddesses, all of us. Woman, man, you are aligned with that energy. Harness it. Don't be scared. And just flow and just vibe and just love. Until tomorrow. Happy full moon. Happy full moon. And I'm going to actually be doing the the full moon reading that I will share later on. And I'm going to be using the Moonology deck tomorrow. I wanted to wait to actually do that. I usually do the Moonology deck on new moons and full moons, but because the energy is peaking at 10:57, I wanted to wait for the full moon energy to really kind of settle in before I delve into a reading in regards to that. So sticking with Goddess for today, Moonology tomorrow, and then we'll get back to the goddesses after that. So, in the meantime and in between time, lest we forget, time to get back to natural. Peace.